Hi everybody, my name is Michael Britt, author of this book, Psych Experiments. And if you have an online course, if you are creating one, you have one going, you know it's really hard to create an interesting online course. And that's what I'm going to show you here. I'm going to show you how to create an activity that is really pretty interesting. And I'm going to show you how to create it using not expensive tools, but the Google suite of tools. So we're going to use creativity, and I'm going to show you how I built it. First, let's take a look at it, and you'll see what it looks like in the end. And then later on in the video, I'll go back and show you how each piece of it was created. Okay, let's dig in. Okay, so here's the home page, and you'll see I've called it the problem-solving study. It's actually a replication of the famous candlestick problem. And you'll see in a second the subjects are basically given, and this was done quite a long time ago, a lighter, actually, when it was done, a matchbox, and a candle, and a box of tacks. And that's one group was given this. And then they were asked, how can you use these to attach the candle to the wall? And so the subjects had to brainstorm ideas. It's been done in groups and individually. I'm suggesting individually here. But, they think about, well, I could tack the wick to the wall and then light it, and of course that's going to burn the wall, so that doesn't really work. So they really rack their brains on this one. It's a tough one. That's one group. The second group is given the lighter, the candle, and the box, but the tacks are taken out of it, and the tacks are lying in front of them. So now even though it's the exact same components, they're able to see that the box is more than just a container for tacks. It can be used to solve the problem, and that's when the solution comes to them, which is tack the box to the wall, right? Take these tacks, put them on the side of the box, and then light the candle, let it drip some wax on the bottom, and then put it right there, and it's affixed to the wall. And that is the solution. So what it's looking at is this concept of functional fixedness. In other words, we tend to see things according to the name that we've given them. So, for example, when I say to you, this is a box of tacks, you think you're focused on the tacks. You don't really think, well, it's also a box. And you only really see that when we take the tacks out. And then you start to see more possibilities. You're able to be a little bit more creative when you can break things into pieces. That's the basic idea. Okay, here's the home page. This is basically your informed consent. So let me just go through to the next page of the study. And when everybody feels like they understand it, there's no more questions, we'll hit the next button, which you see at the bottom of the page here. And then this is the random assignment of participants to groups. And you'll see I've got a little random assignment generator in the middle of the page. I'll show you how that was made later on. So the person generates a random number between 1 and 2. This person gets a 1. So they, or the student, clicks on group 1. Okay, and then here's the first condition of the study. In this case, you're getting a picture of the lighter, the box of tacks, and the candle, and then they have 5 minutes to brainstorm how they could attach the candle to the wall. Also created a timer that students could use. So as soon as that page, so that the subject can see it, your student has another page with a timer on it, and they start the timer up. Now, of course, they could use their phone. If you really want to get an exact amount of time, how long did it take the person to come to the solution to the problem? And after 5 minutes, I think you probably should stop. It's probably too frustrating if they can't figure it out by then. And the student would hit pause. They'd have, in this case, 21 seconds, never be that fast. And they could put that data, that is the dependent variable in this study, amount of time it took for the subject to come to a solution to the problem. Okay, but your subjects are seeing this, they're brainstorming, and finally they come up with the answer, hopefully. And at that point, you can go to the debriefing, and a little button at the bottom there. And this is your typical debriefing in which you explain, well, what we're actually looking at here is functional fixedness. You explain that, and then you go through them, you thank them again, you ask them, do you have any questions about the study? And sometimes people are interested in the results that you've gathered so far, and it seems perfectly fine if you'd like them. I have a little button that says data collected. And here's the data. This is where you would ideally see that in this condition where the tacks are inside the box, it takes a longer number of seconds than when the tacks are taken outside of the box. And you see the average at the bottom here. So that's this Google spreadsheet. And that is it. And I'm going to hit the home button and you're ready to go to the next participant. Okay, so this video is going a little bit long, so I'm going to tell you in a separate video exactly how to dig in and create everything you've just seen. Taking the idea of the in-person study version, which you'll find in my book, into the online world. Okay? So we'll see you in the next video. Take care.